Imburse enables insurers to quickly connect to the entire payments ecosystem at a lower cost, seamlessly integrate with existing finance infrastructure and processes, and manage multiple partners for collections and disbursements, all in one place. Their cloud-based payment software helps insurers grow and develop propositions, especially important when moving into new markets such as parametric insurance, where pre-specified payouts are based upon trigger events. Today, this Diamond Award winner will show and tell how they support insurers in better managing their payment systems. Next on stage, Imburse.
Good morning, everybody. So welcome to DIA. My name is Oliver. I am the founder of Imburse and now VP of Product Strategy at Duck Creek. And today I'm here to tell you a little bit more about Imburse and payments as it relates to insurers who sell through intermediaries. Now, selling through intermediaries poses a very difficult problem for insurers because they have to face certain realities about that engagement. That reality is that the broker or the agent believes that the customer is theirs. They have to see the broker or the intermediary first. They engage with them first. But this really poses some technology challenges for the insurer, right? So even technically delivering that kind of experience that puts your tech in the hands of brokers to the customer is very difficult. Now, it is difficult, but with Imburse, it will be super easy, and I'm here to show you exactly how easy it can be. So what you see here is what we call our tenancy portal. So as you have to do payments, we have to set up many things about which providers we are going to use, what the claims experience is going to be. But what I want to show you here is that as you are going to be using this as an insurer, you will select from payment providers that your company uses and chooses. You can filter by which direction do you want to have the payment going. Is it for collection? Is it for payout? Do you want to target specific payment types? You will see in green the ones marked that you have installed already. But really the goal of Imburse is to make your life so easy that it's like an app store, the piece that you're used to. Like, how easy can it be, right? Selecting an app, but this is payment providers. So you can click on payment providers, see what payment type they cover, which geography, which currencies they cover. And as you now have to, as we're looking to set up some payment types, we can choose maybe a provider like, I think, go cardless. Still looking around a bit like all the different types that there are. But you know, it's as easy as you will see, like vouchers, you have a lot of options there, and it should be as easy as installing an app. Right? So let's take Go Cardlet that does direct debit. And this can be as easy as saying like, look, I need to use Go Cardless. The expectation is you as the carrier or the insurer have an agreement with Go Cardless. And if you sign an agreement, you get an account with Go Cardless and authenticating that connection, saying I install Go Cardless, I connect it. We're talking about connecting a payment provider in minutes, right? This is not big IT integration projects that you have to run internally, but collecting to Go Cardless in this example and activating that connection to be able to cover all those countries and those payment types, so BACS and SEPA, allows you now to cover direct debit collection in those markets seamlessly. And this experience is something that makes it super easy. So now that we have sort of set up this payment provider, we want to also set up the rules by which you collect. So I've set up a whole bunch of rules that are out there by like a customer type. You can set rules by product line, customer type. But I think the goal is to set up a new one. And here you can give it a name, right? So let's go for like a boomer kind of category. Like we want to set up some payment types that we think are relevant to them. You name it. And then we will look to set it up for the UK, right? So we're maybe launching a product in the UK. So we pick the country for which that is applicable, obviously the currency, which is British pounds. And then we will start defining like the ranges. So we know boomers really try to engage with direct debit and credit card, not all these other payment types. So we say also from a cost perspective, hey, anything under, say, £10,000, we're willing to accept direct debit and credit card. So here we can say we add, and you can see the providers that are installed, like generally by FinOps or Finance. And we will now select, we installed Go Cardless. We can say we want to use Go Cardless. And in the UK, it supports BACS. We also want to use credit cards. For that, we maybe choose Stripe. You can see the different payment types that it covers, and said, okay, for any premium I'm collecting below £10,000, offer these 4 payment types, Visa, MasterCard, Amex, and Bax. But for any amount above 10,000, not only will I change what the customer sees to only Bax, but we will also change the provider that will process the Bax piece. So for very large transactions, we will actually choose the provider that is bottom line. And again, as we create the rule, you can go to your installed base that you have and add bottom line to process those Bax payments. So as we save that now, we can generate an example. So what happens? Your system sends to us, hey, I sold a policy, please go collect in the UK, sort of in GBP, a premium amount, in this case of around £500. So the answer we will give is show your customer direct debit, so Bax, Amex, Visa, MasterCard. But it still doesn't look quite nice, right? So we're getting to the theming bit just now. But this is where the customer can then click on the payment types and then enter the payment types. The fact that these are processed by different payment providers is of no operational consequence to the insurer anymore. So you can select these as apps. We have to remember to publish. Yes, thank you. We need to publish that so that that rule is live. So now we know we can offer some payment types to customers. But now when you sell through the brokers, you can see the option, but it doesn't look quite nice. You can see what the client would see. This is a very basic template. You can see when you set up a direct debit or card. But we have this feature called themes. So think of this like a broker wants that when you as an insurer connect with a client, that they see their brand. And we will set up a brand quickly. You will be able to see on the right what it looks like in real time. We'll give it a name. On my first one, we'll add a logo for it. So as you add the logo, you see the preview on the right update in real time. You get to see what the customer sees. You can change the color, the borders, like a grayish at the back, at the top. And you can really design the checkout space for the client and say, hey, this is what I want to see. So we're setting this up for specific brokerage. So what this means is that when an insurer triggers a payment with the customer, they can call this theme of the broker. So the broker can manage what this looks like, and it just draws on that design whenever they communicate with that broker's clients, meaning they will always see the broker's sort of design and have that feed through. You can see what all the different screens would look like, that the customer would see, what if it fails. And ultimately, that creates a much better experience. So if you go back to the journey, what it would now look like, you see the design has now updated in real time with the design that we have just created, regardless of whether it's direct debit or card. So the great thing is we are now ready to accept and make payments with the clients. So the point is that it can be so easy. It is really up there that the brokers and agents really like this because it means that the client get to see their brand. They feel like they own the client relationship. They get their commission paid out really fast. But the insurer is also happy because they control the tech, they can ensure compliance and know the exact status. Thank you for your time. If you'd like to know more about intermediated payments and payments in general, please come see us at our booth. Thank you very much.